What's up, guys? So here's the breakdown for why I do not have any friends. It's not because people being busy. I mean, starts out when you're little, you're given a lot. You're you're a kid. I had a lot. And yes, I was really spoiled. And then you're spoiling yourself into thinking that you can have the mindset of getting away with anything and everything, like you're Trump or something. You try these dang donut things from Mickey D's, McDonald's? Wow. I'm telling you, McDonald's, they are the money. And that when you get confronted, you tend to, have your own pity party, focusing on that, not realizing it's a distraction, and you turn yourself into one of these selfish characters that you see on TV. And then you get stuck there for years and years. Stop listening to your mama and your daddy and letting a good chunk of your life pass you right by. A lot of great things went right by. You haven't grown. People I've worked with, I could have became friends with, but it did not work out, sadly. Our paths were going in a different way, and we could have been friends. They liked me at first. Sorry for the farting, excuse me. Dang, Brandon. We could have still remained friends, but at the end of the day, you know, I'm the one who made a mistake. I ran my mouth when I did not have to, and I know I didn't have to. Sometimes I see people, it's like they're rubbing it in my face that they got a friend, and I don't. It's like a complete rubbing. It's like rubbing it in my face. And it was one birthday party. It's not that deep. I was 16 when I started messing up like this. And yeah, I realized that people that loved me before that died and weren't able to see me like that, they would not be happy that I let that one thing affect me and start acting the way I did. They would not approve of that. I was not stopping when told to stop. I remember asking, my classmates about birthday parties, and that person said, "What party?" I said, "Okay, cool. Not having a party." So I left it at that. But then I see on social media, you know, the party. You know, it's because, I made them really uncomfortable. You know, I can tell that they didn't like me, so, well, nevertheless, since then I've been asked to stay away from certain people. Even male professors upset with my out of control behavior. That's how I realized that I needed to calm down. I needed to calm down. Let me tell you, for almost a decade I acted like this. I was so out of control for almost a decade. Especially from age 16 until a couple of months ago. I was such a bad person and a bad friend. I was not there when I should have been. I was not a good human. I was a bad human. Didn't stop when told to stop. Every chance I got, I talked back. I was always showing off, not acting my age, going into those pity party routines. Didn't care about other people's feelings, talking out of turn, talking over people. Never organized, never present at all. And not once did I act the way that I was raised to. And talking out of turn. Did I mention zero growth from that time? I let almost 10 years pass by. I mean, it's my attitude. My attitude. There were these relationships that God placed in front of me. Dang, Brian, excuse me. My attitude is the reason why they did not mesh well. Doing what was not approved, not conducting yourself a certain way, the right way. And too much talking. And it took a toll on that relationship. Made people who interacted with me not want to interact with me anymore. And people, like Jacob, some random dude, just didn't like me. It made him and other people, not want to interact with me. And I realize that now. The friends that I once had, started making friends with people who were the opposite of how I was. These friends that they made friends with behaved. They were mature, they were grateful. I bet you they act like they were raised with good sense. They listened to their mama and their daddy. They listened to their parents, yeah. And lived in the moment, And therefore, I was the odd man out. I was the odd brother out. I was kicked to the curb. My time was up. I ran out of time because I was wasting time being so disrespectful. Life's too short for that. I've been basically lonely since I graduated high school. Everybody cut ties with me. I could have had so much good things. I could have had so many riches. I could have had access to those two things that I really want. But I let it all go by. A good chunk of my life passed me by. The bonds that were placed in my life at the time were probably forged only for business. God did not really make those bonds. It was just for that friggin' time. Real friendship or relationship with a coworker, someone you're working with is, like Christy Carlson Romano said, if you're still friends, even when it's over and, you catch up 5 friggin' years later. That could have been me as we split. But I was too disrespectful and out of order and out of control. But thankfully, I finally calmed down. And frankly, I honestly don't need friends. I see one of my brothers, they walk around, free to hang out with who they hang out with, because they realize they don't need friends. Both Kenyatta and Devin, they probably had that, mentality. I don't need friends, I guess that's what it is. Kenyatta has that thing. I do not need friends. I bet you that's how he is. I learned how to get that. I get that. I don't need friends. If when you tell me to stop, when I stop, if you tell me to stop, it means that you're really important to me and that I care about you. Like Christy keeps saying, friendships and relationships are nothing but give and take. It takes a lot of time. Some people don't have time to make friends and, especially when you're, especially in like after you're 18, over the age of 18, you don't have time to make friends. You got, work, you got so much. That's why they make granola bars, lemon bars, hot pockets, when you don't have time to cook for yourself. A friendships you made, you gotta let them marinate while you go somewhere else and they go somewhere else. That's why, in my world, nothing beats having a sister as a friend. Like seriously, no, give it up for the sisters. Give it up for the black women. Here's why I mention that. A good friendship is like grandma's cooking. You know, I feel really blessed to have more of an urban setting. I'm going to an urban acting school. Not disrespect Annie or any of these things that I'm white. No disrespect and no racism at all. But I believe having a black woman and for boys, having a black girl, brothers, as a friend, they'll definitely have a better friendship. Chances are. But you gotta cut off all that talking. You gotta not do what you're told not to do. You gotta not do things that are not wanted. You gotta not do things that are not approved. A good friendship, like Uncle Kirk says, it's like grandma's collards, like grandma's mac and cheese, like grandma's fried chicken. Sometimes she put Frank Red Island on it. Sweet potato pie, grandma's sweet potato pie. It was so good because it's not a microwavable affair. Like those buns that I once had. Those are probably microwavable. Friendships are not microwavable. It was the reason it's so good. It's such a good friendship with a black woman. It's not cooked. It's not immediate. You're not doing all that extra stuff. You let that friendship marinate for like years and years. Like grandma's cooking. It's not cooked on Sunday morning while everybody's at church. It's cooked on Saturday, like afternoon, or Saturday night, or sometimes the way Grandma Minnie does it, probably Friday night. My Grandma Minnie. I bet you she started it Friday. Yeah. When you don't say anything at all, you just let it marinate and let the friendship be natural. That's how it becomes good. But you run your mouth when you don't got to. You're microwaving the friendship. You're microwaving it. You're nuking it. You're messing up the flavor. You do what you're told not to do. You're putting in the wrong seasoning. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Everybody take good care of yourselves. I know I am now. Just dropping knowledge. Talk to you guys later. And I do apologize to the people that, I've really made uncomfortable. I was not raised like that at all. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.